Oakland, a federal grand jury has indicted Francesca Caligui and Donder Gray on charges of conspiracy to commit bank fraud and bank fraud. Caligui is also charged with receipt of a U.S. Treasury check with forged endorsement or signature. According to the indictment, unsealed yesterday, from approximately May 2022 through March 2023, Caligui and Gray, both of Emeryville, Calif, allegedly conspired to obtain stolen U.S. Treasury checks, recruit others to fraudulently endorse or sign the checks, and give the checks to Caligui to cash for their personal benefit. During this period, Caligui was employed as a part-time associate banker at J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. The indictment includes text messages between Gray and Caligui discussing the scheme, where Gray expressed concern about scamming a bank where Caligui worked, to which Caligui responded, "I do not care if you scam us, Elmau." Gray reportedly described using runners, individuals paid to enter banks with fraudulent checks, cash them, and return the proceeds to the operators of the scheme. The defendants are charged with attempting to cash at least 339 stolen U.S. Treasury checks, totaling more than $850,000. Acting United States Attorney Patrick D. Robbins, Special Agent in Charge Tyler Hatcher of the IRS Criminal Investigation, IRSCI, Los Angeles Field Office. FBI Acting Special Agent in Charge Dan Costin. TIGTA Acting Special Agent in Charge Brandon Nahr. Special Agent in Charge Ryan Corner from the FDIC Office of Inspector General, FDIC-OIG. San Francisco Division Inspector in Charge Stephen M. Sherwood of the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, USPIS. Special Agent in Charge Dimitriana Nikolov with the Department of Veterans Affairs Office of Inspector Generals, VA-OIG, Northwest Field Office. And Acting Special Agent in Charge Dean Lake of the Social Security Administration's Office of Inspector General, SSA-OIG, made the announcement. Both defendants are charged with one count of conspiracy to commit bank fraud under 18 U.S.C. Section 1349, and 5 counts of bank fraud under 18 U.S.C. Section 1344(1), 2. Additionally, Caligui faces 5 counts of receipt of a U.S. Treasury check with forged endorsement or signature under 18 U.S.C. Section 510(b). Caligui and Gray were arrested and made their initial appearances in federal district court yesterday. They are scheduled to appear before U.S. District Judge Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers on April 3, 2025, for a status conference. An indictment alleges that a crime has been committed, and all defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If convicted, each defendant faces a maximum sentence of 30 years in prison and a fine of $1 million on each charged count. Any sentence following conviction would be determined by the court, considering the U.S. sentencing guidelines and the federal statute governing sentencing, 18 U.S.C. Section 3553. Special Assistant United States Attorney Cynthia Johnson is prosecuting the case, assisted by Amala James. The prosecution results from an investigation by the IRSCI, FBI, TIGTA, FDIC-OIG, USPIS, Virginia OIG, and SSA-OIG. IRSCI conducts financial crime investigations, including tax fraud, narcotics trafficking, money laundering, public corruption, healthcare fraud, and identity theft. IRSCI special agents are the only federal law enforcement agents authorized to investigate violations of the Internal Revenue Code, achieving a 90% federal conviction rate. The agency has 20 field offices across the U.S. and 14 attaché posts abroad.